Well, good day. This video is going to be about text alignment. We're going to align this text. We're going to make this text line up. So a lot of people will say, well, if I want to put this in the center of the page, well, here's what a lot of poor students will do. They'll just keep pressing the space bar over and over and over again until it looks like it's kind of in the center. And then they'll say, look, Mr. Lushenko, look, I got it in the center. And then I'll just press the space bar a bunch of times for this one. And they'll say, okay, Mr. Lushenko, look, I got it. It's in the center. Yeah, look, it's in the center. There, centered. I got it all centered. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm going to do Shift Home to highlight all those spaces, and I'm going to delete with the delete key. And over here, I'm going to do Shift Home, highlight all the way to home, and then I'm going to delete with the delete key. If you want things to be in the center, use the center button. So just be someplace in your line, it doesn't matter where you are, and up here is the center button. Look, it even says, look, you could have centered with Control-Shift-E. I'm just going to click the center button. Hey, look, it's centered. And I'll do the same thing for this one. In fact, let's do all three lines at once. I highlight all three lines. Looks pretty good. I go over to the alignment button and I find center. And poof, I got them all centered. What if I wanted to put my name up here on the right-hand side? I'm going to click at the beginning of my document and enter. Now I'm going to do up arrow. So I'm in a clean, fresh line, but I don't want center anymore. I want things to line up on the right. So I'm going to use the alignment button, and sure enough, there's one that lines things up on the right. And I think I'll type my name. And it's really big, but that's okay. I will enter. And I want things to line up on the right, so I will do align and line things up on the right, and I'll say my class. There, looks good. They're lined up on the right. The left-hand side's not lined up straight. The right-hand side is lined up straight. So let's make this the same size. I click on it to see what it is. It's Arial. It's 11 points high. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to say this one's also going to be Arial. And 11 points high. Hey, look at that. It looks great. There was another alignment. Did you notice that? Oh, I can say, you know what? I want this back on the left. I think my teacher wants things on the left. I'll highlight both of those. I'll go to alignment and say, you know what? I really want things to line up on the left-hand side. So I'll click the left-hand side, and oh, there it is. Perfect. Look at that. Lined up on the left, lines up in the center, lines up in the left. But there was another one. Did you notice that other one? There's one for left, and there's one for center, and there's one to line things up on the right. And then there's this thing. It says justify. And let me show you what that does. If you're in a paragraph like this one, will be anywhere in the paragraph. It doesn't matter where you are, someplace in the paragraph. We notice that the left-hand side is nice and lined up. It's lined up on the left. And the right-hand side is not lined up. It's kind of raggedy looking. And that's how we write and type in English in America. In America, we write from left to right. The left-hand side is lined up. It's aligned. It's lined up. And the right-hand side is just sort of raggedy, whatever it ends up being. But you could change the alignment to justify. And now it's going to line up on both sides. It lines up on the left and it lines up on the right. Now it's only doing that for the paragraph that you're in. And how does it do that? How does it make lines line up both on the left and the right? Well, it puts in some extra spaces. So it looks like you're not spacing things out quite right. But that's okay. So if I wanted to do the entire document from here all the way down, I know to go to the end of the document is Control End. I'll hold down the Control, tap the end. And sure enough, I'm at the bottom of page 7. Over here, I'm on page 7. Let's go back to the top, Control Home. Now, I don't want to highlight the entire document. I only want to highlight from here to the end, because I want all the paragraphs to be justified, not just one paragraph at a time. See how the right-hand side is all raggedy, but the left-hand side is nice and straight? Well, I want justified on all paragraphs, so I'm going to highlight all paragraphs. Instead of just doing Control End to go to the end, I'm going to add a Shift. Shift, we know we'll select. Shift, Control, hold them both down, and then tap the end to go to the end. Now they're all highlighted. Let's justify all the paragraphs at once. There it is. How do you move up to the top really fast? Control Home. Let's go see if it looks good. I'll scroll on down. You know what? Maybe I'll use page down. Page down doesn't go a page at a time though, does it? It goes a screenful at a time. So I'm looking to see if things are lined up nicely on the left and nicely on the right. And I think, you know what? It looks fantastic, Mr. Lushenko. Well, that's about all there is to it.